Super Rugby Round 6 brought to you by footytips.com.au. Greg Growden alongside Sam Bruce. Greg, we kick it off this week. A pretty good game. Highlanders and Hurricanes down at Forsyth Bar.
Terrific game. Let's hope it's as good as the Highlanders-Waratahs game, which was an absolute cracker. And I think this one will be because you've got two very entertaining teams. Hurricanes wanting to show that this is no fluke, they're near the top. Highlanders, great spectacular team. I'm going to go the Highlanders again because I was so impressed with how they played against the Waratahs last week.
You really were. Malachi Fekitoa, hell of a game.
Unbelievable. He's outstanding. They've got pace everywhere. They know how to play, and they're playing with confidence. And they'll need that against the Hurricanes because the Hurricanes are, again, a good team who know how to work off breakdown ball on loose chances. So, yeah, could be the game of the round.
Melbourne Rebels hosting the Lions down at Amy Park. Rebels coming off that solid win over the Force. They're a bit of a fight back from the Force in the second half, but they were largely in control for most of it. Yeah,
they were. It was a good... You've got to admire the Rebels. They haven't got much, but they utilise what they have. Higginbotham's playing well. You've got Mike Harris playing well. Inman's doing a lot in the midfield. And it's not going to be as spectacular as the other game, but still, you've got Rebels, you've got to admire them for that reason. They just know how to do it, and I think they'll beat the Lions pretty comfortably.
Crusaders and Cheetahs across in Christchurch on Saturday afternoon. Crusaders had all their big guns back last week, but they were far from the complete package.
Yeah, something strange going on there. There was an interesting line by Todd Blackadder last week saying that teams don't respect them anymore, which is a bizarre thing for a Crusaders coach to get there. But let's just say the Crusaders are slowly edging back, so don't give up on them, and I think you'll see them again step up a bit and beat the Cheetahs again, I think, by a pretty big margin.
Yeah, first trip away for the Cheetahs this year. Bulls and Force at Loftus Versfeld Stadium over there in Pretoria. The Bulls, they had the bye off last week, while the Force, after that first up win against the Waratahs, well, they just seem to be plunging to new depths.
Are you going to get up to watch this one?
Don't think so.
I might just for fun, but whether I can last is another thing. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty grim game. The Force are really being exposed. It's now where you're seeing the lack of match Hodgson's really starting to hit them because there's not enough players stepping up. And the Bulls, at altitude, I think it'd be a big win, but it won't be a pretty win.
Sharks and Chiefs in Durban later that night. The Chiefs, that great win over the Stormers, although this week Sonny Bill Williams in doubt and Tim Nano-Williams out, while the Sharks, they had that good win over the Cheetahs. Looks a tight game.
It's a tight game. I have gone for the Chiefs, but if Sonny Bill's not there, Nano's not there, it's up and down. I'll still stick with them because, again, that was one of the big wins of the whole tournament to win last week when travelling halfway around the world. That just shows the Chiefs are really the team to beat in here, so I'm going to go with them, but not confidently.
Chiefs have lost just once in their past 6 trips to South Africa. How do they go about beating the Sharks? They play a similar game plan to what they did against the Stormers?
Well, they've got to. They've got to rely on their strengths. Again, it really is dependent on whether Sonny Bill plays. If not, but they've shown already they've got pretty good depth. But again, they've got to stick with what they do. Don't change around. Don't try to do anything silly. The Sharks, they're a bit jittery at the moment, so just go with them at pace. Just go for them.
Wrapping up round 6, geez, I'm excited about this one. Waratahs and Brumbies at Allianz Stadium on Sunday afternoon. Looks a great game.
4 o'clock kickoff. This will be interesting to see what the ratings are. If this is not the biggest ratings for any game this year, something's wrong with rugby. Interesting. The Brumbies are on song. Again, they play well against the Reds. They did it well. Matt Tamura was off at half-time with a head knock, and you really didn't notice it. They just picked up and kept without him with their playmaker. And the Waratahs, again, there's something decidedly wrong there. Falau struggling. Potgieter's not up to his best. There's not too many firing. I'm going to go for the Brumbies. I think they're on a roll. And the Waratahs, even though they're talking big this week, I just think they're still hungover from last year.
Who's not performing for the Waratahs at the moment?
Falau, Kurtley Beale. It was interesting how last week the Highlanders exposed Beale. They went for him in defence and it worked. I know they're playing on this situation where they're changing people around in defence and attack. The guys who are firing with them are basically Phipps and Filey. I think they've been pretty consistent, but elsewhere, people in the pack are struggling. There's people missing, and also the pack hasn't been as strong as before. Particularly, you see that last week the Highlanders started, affecting their set piece, which was very surprising.
Just recapping your tips, Greg. You've gone the Highlanders, the Rebels, the Crusaders, the Bulls, the Chiefs, and the Brumbies there on Sunday afternoon. If we take a look at the ESPN Scrum Superstars Tipping League, Greg, you've been bumped from top spot.
Yeah, Stavros used the Joker round, smart move with 7 games, so he's ahead of me, but makes it a competition because you blokes are just not offering anything.
Now, miserable round for myself and Brett McKay. Brittany Mitchell tipped 4, while Andy, he's creeping up to 8th. Ryan Eddington leads the overall competition on 29 points from a logjam including our mate Bomber.
Bomber's impressive, isn't he? He's just hanging there. But what happened to Big Bill, the bloke from last week? No, nothing?
South Island.
Yeah, South Island. He's obviously gone on holidays.
He's gone. Remember to enter your tips each week at footytips.com.au for your chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Auckland for the Bledisloe Cup this year. Greg, looks another great round of Super Rugby.
It's a tricky round, but I think I'm confident of tipping the round again.
There you go.
Even though I haven't done that yet.
Big weekend from the big man.